What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another day in Car Mechanic Simulator with me, the Virtual Mechanic, and today we are working on the Vuhl 05, modded in by Fulysic. It is looking pretty awesome. I'm looking forward to getting stuck into this one. It looks pretty incredible. Not the kind of car you would take out shopping on a Sunday, but definitely the car you would take to a track day. Let's have a look. Now, I got it from the nice auction house, not the rubbish one, not the junk one. So it probably means I did pay a little bit more than I should have for it. It's in very good condition, though. Let's have a look. Yeah, I paid a lot more than I should have. I bought it for 87,350 and could sell it for 74,375. Pretty much losing out on 13,000 on this one, which is a bad start. Probably one of the worst starts I've had. But we'll move on. Hopefully we can gain that back later. This one does have the V6 double overhead cam AKZ engine. 227 at base horsepower from the factory, and that engine looks absolutely insane. Let's just jump in here and have a quick look. With the engine cover on, I can't get to the engine, so you see it says I can't remove anything. All I need to do is take that cover off and come back in on the engine. It'll be fine. This one is looking pretty sweet, though. I'm hoping all these metal covers here can all be painted looking pretty awesome, depending on what colors we end up going with the car. It looks pretty sweet, though. As I said, this one is modded in by Fulysic, and it looks absolutely fantastic. The seats in here are actually removable seats with the seatbelt covers over the top, so we will be sticking with them original seats today. But yeah, this is the project. Let's get it started. Let's get over to the car wash, even though it's not that bad, and get it cleaned up. Here we are then at the car wash. It is right-hand drive. I don't know why this is right-hand drive, but anyway, let's get it all cleaned on the outside. Looking shiny and new, apart from probably some bodywork damage, maybe. Doesn't look that bad, actually. You can see it's a little bit worn around, but it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. We'll get the interior done. We'll get it back on the lift, and we'll get that little V6 engine ripped out, ready to strip everything down. Car's up in the air. First things first, we need to check if that oil pan is there. That is the seats poking through the bottom. Little bit of a thing there. Oh, and the exhaust pokes through the bottom a little bit as well. How am I going to get to this oil pan? Let's have a look. There it is. And the oil pan is in through the panels of the floor. So just imagine we've unbolted the panels on the floor. Let's get the oil drain over here. And let's get you drained out. Out you come. Oh, nice and fresh looking oil. It didn't have too many kilometers on it, so that's probably why. Anyway, let's get that put away. Let's jump back under, because I know we need to get this gearbox out, and to do that we have to take these rear wheels off and these drive shafts out. So I'm going to crack on with that, and I'll be back in a second. There we go, both wheels and both drive axles out. Let's have a look. What else do we need? The starter. Oh, we can grab it from here. That's good. Let's grab you out, and let's get this gearbox out of here. I wonder what else I'm going to have to grab to get this one out. I reckon this front exhaust section. Out you come. Are these two connected? Oh no, there's one on the other side, so out you come as well. And we might as well grab these end mufflers while we're here. Nice. Let's see if we can get that engine ripped out. Let's get it back on the ground. I'm going to move the crane over, but we are going to take that engine cover out now so I can get into it. So up with the hood, out with the engine cover. There you go. And now you can see the engine in there looking pretty insane, but let's see if we did enough to rip it out. Yes, we did. Right, let's put that crane away, and let's see what we've got going on inside this engine bay. Lots of body assembly pieces there, looking awesome. Anyway, let's jump in. So we have got, what have we got? The air filter down here with all of the clips on it. Nice. We've got our fuel tank and fuel pump. We'll grab you out, and we'll grab that battery out as well. The fuse box cover is up here, so we'll just get that one off. Not looking too bad in there. There's a few bits to replace, or replace, because we can't repair them, so we'll grab them in a bit. What have we got? Just the coolant reservoir down here. What have we got down the back? Power steering, or front, sorry. Power steering, the brake servo, ABS pumper module, and the radiator setup. So I need to get all these liquids drained. Let's just see if we can reach that top one. Additional tools, drain tools, and click and hold. I can indeed reach it, so I'll be back in just a minute. There we go, all the liquids drained. Let's just start getting this stuff out of here. So out with the radiator cover and out with the radiator. Power steering reservoir, we've got a large intercooler. We'll grab that one in a bit when we're under the car. Out with the ABS pump and module. Out you come, nice and easy. If I could get all the bolts today. Over we go. Let's get this air filter out of here. 1, 2, and all the way around. 3, and oh, there we go. I did hit it, luckily. Air filter cover, the air filter, and the base there. That looks pretty much like the engine bays are clear. We get the fuel tank from under the car in a minute. I will finish. Oh, there we go. I missed the coolant reservoir. There we are. I'll finish all of the fuse box in a minute, but let's check out this suspension, what we've got going on here. So it's at the back. It's a double wishbone with a single shock, but it does look like some of it is built into the car there. Not too bad. The wheels were on this, so I'm going to assume everything's complete. It does look all complete. We got the bearing there and things like that. Jump over to the side, double wishbone with the bearing. Yep, the back is looking complete. Let's go down the front. Let's just get one of these wheels off. Out you come. I can already see I've got the inner and outer tie rod. That's a good example. We've got a double wishbone again with a single shock. The bearing is in there. The hubcap is in there. And the brakes are on the other side. Just as complete. Oh, I never checked for a sway bar end link. Oh, there it is. I just couldn't see it. This one is pretty complete. I'm quite happy with that. So I'm going to crack on and finish dismantling this engine bay and all of the suspension. Then I'll meet you in the next room when we're going to strip down that V6 engine. I'm looking forward to it. I don't think I've seen one of these yet. That's everything stripped off of the Vuhl 05. We need to go and sort that engine out. Let's put our battery on charge en route. Let's head on in and get this V6 stripped down. Now, where do we begin? Is it the belt? No, it's the roller down here. There we go. Then the belt, and then some more rollers up here. 1 and 2. Then is it the crankshaft pulley? Oh, no. Then it's the timing covers, with which there are 3. 1 there. 1 there. I thought this was going to be one piece, if I'm being honest. 1 there. And 1 down here. There we go. Out you come. Wow, lots of stuff going on underneath there. Let's grab that alternator out and the power steering pump. There we go. Out you come. Nice. Now, I reckon I'm going to need the belt tensioner first. Out you come. Then the 17 belt. Then I should be able to grab all of the rollers, all of these cam gears, and all of the different pulleys. So I'll grab on and get all of that done. There we go. That's all of that out, apart from the water pump, which is just coming out now. Awesome. Let's move up then, shall we? Where can I go next? Well, pretty much anywhere. Let's get this throttle out. Out you come. 4 bolts in there. Let's... Oh, missed. Didn't get it all the way. There we go. Fuel filter out. Let's get this manifold out of here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out you come. And then let's start getting these heads off and see what we've got going on underneath here. Lots of bolts on these, but it's not too bad. Out you come. We'll get you off as well. We'll have a look and see what we've got underneath. So that is looking, let's zoom in a bit more. There we go. So we've got 2 camshafts. We've got the camshaft bearings over the top and these lovely ignition coils along with the exhaust manifold. So I'm going to get all of this unbolted. There we go. Both heads down to the same spot. Oh, what else have we got back here? We've got a thermostat back here. Out you come. Nicey, nicey. Didn't expect to see you there. Fuel rails. Both of them out. Can I grab this manifold out? I can indeed. Let's get you ripped out. Nicely done. Oh, what is that? Oh, that's part of the engine block. Okay, no worries. So we've got 3 spark plugs on either side. Let's go. The 2 camshafts. And is that all one piece? That is all one piece. Let's just get this other side clear. Oh, we'll grab that oil filter out as well. We're here. Out you come, out you come, out you come, and out you come. Let's just get this one head off here. Nice. The bolts aren't too long on this one, so it won't take a long time. There we go. That's you out. And that looks to be it. Obviously, we've got the clutch set up there. Oh, I missed that. The little arm down here hiding away. Nicely, nicely. I'll get this other engine head off, and then we'll check the piston layout out underneath. Just getting the oil pan off. Nicely done. And there we go. It is a V6, so we already know it's 6 on either side. Looking pretty tasty. We got all the bearings. We've got all the rod caps. Let's just get the rest of this out. I'll get all of this out and then get everything repaired, and then we'll go strip the body on the Vuhl 05. That's everything repaired, replaced, or upgraded, ready to go back on the Vuhl 05, looking pretty sweet. But we got to tear this body down, so let's just jump into it. I'm going to start with the front bumper, pulls out the lights as well, that's good. Then we've got the trunk, or the hood, whatever you want to call it. Mirrors, out you come. What have we got? I mean, I don't think there's a lot to this car, really. Out with the rear bumper, I've already got that engine cover out, so we'll grab that hood now. Follow it around, anything down here? Doesn't look like it. What's that? No, it's all part of it, all part of it, all part of it. That mirror there. And I think that might be it. Let's just get this interior out. Seats, there we go. Out you come, and out you come. Back to the normal mode. Let's double check and see. Oh, was that a windscreen? There we go. Nearly missed that one, didn't I? Let's have a look. Have I got everything? 1%, that bodes well, and I have got everything. Fantastic. Now let's go grab this welder. Now I paid a lot for this car, 87,000 even, sorry, and it's not in too bad. I'm gonna say 2,000. 1,100. Way off. Way off. Anyway, let's jump into the store and see what we've got going on for this Vuhl 05. Not a lot. Everything is just like for like, straight up replacement on this one. I'm hoping I can repair everything, but I will go in and buy what I need. Probably like the windscreen, maybe some lights, depending on whether they're repairable or not. So I'm going to crack on with that, and I'll meet you back here in just a minute when we get this one put back together before we head over to the paint shop and see if there's any liveries for this one. And it's time to get this one back together. I managed to repair everything apart from the interior, obviously, and the windscreen. I have just gone a like for like, though, on the interior, so the seatbelts still work perfectly with it. Just double check that. Look at that. See, I think they look really cool. That is a very smart idea coming up with that, putting the seats behind the seatbelts. I quite like it, but let's get the rest of this body all back on. I'm just going to go around and do it because it was all just straight up repaired. Nice and easy. In you go. In you go. Let's get you on. You on. And then we'll head down the back. You on as well. Nice. Get you in. We'll get you in. I need to come out of this mode, open you up, go back in that mode, and put the engine cover back on. Nice. Tail lights in. As you can see, they were all replaced. Tail lights in. I think that's everything on the body, so we'll get these plates on. Obviously, my own plates. I've gone for the Vuhl 05 on these. There it is. Looking pretty sweet. Quite pleased with them. Let's get the front one on, and then we'll just double check that I have got everything before we head over to the paint shop. 100%, 100%, 100%, absolutely fantastic. Let's head over to the paint shop and see if there's any liveries. Sadly, there are no liveries with this one, so I'm going to have to come up with something that looks pretty cool. I don't quite know what to do. I might try and take these bumpers off and paint them separately, see if I can paint these little bits down here. Same at the back, if I can get that painted. I'm a bit worried that that's going to paint the spoiler as well, and it might be a bit over the top. So I'm thinking maybe just a splash of red, but I'm not 100% sure. It is a shame there are no liveries. The base colours, they are all the factory colours on this one. Nothing really overly fancy grabbing my mind right now, so I'm not sure. I'm going to have a couple of play arounds, and I'll see you back here in just a minute, hopefully when I've decided what we're going to do. Well, here she is then, in a lovely black, white, and red. Also, carbon fibre bits as well down the side here. That all looks like carbon to me. I think this one looks pretty sweet. Just a few little red details. So we have painted the front bumper red, and obviously it just paints these under bits here, and it does technically paint behind the grille as well, but you can only see that in the paint shop. I painted the hood in a pearl black as well. The body is in pearl white, and then more pearl red down the back. Just getting this underneath bit and the spoiler there in the red. I think that looks pretty sweet, and it gives us some nice colours to play around with on the engine build. Obviously, with that red being a splash and accent colour, we should be able to blend that in. Obviously, we got blacks, so we can black out whatever we want and still make it look cool with a few splashes of this pearl white. So I've got to play around with painting some engine pieces, some suspension pieces, and then we'll get back on the lifter and get all that suspension reassembled. So I will see you back over there in just a minute. Everything's painted. It's time to get it all back on the beautiful car. So let's just get these suspension parts together. Black shocks, red springs, looking pretty tasty. Quite happy with them. Nice. Let's just get the front ones together as well. Always try and press the wrong parts there. Again, just in the black and red, looking pretty sweet. Not too shabby. Let's get in and get some of this back on. I've already got the non-coloured bits on the front back together. There isn't really much here. So the upper arm, that is in a white, to go with the white body there, looking pretty cool. And the lower arm is also in the white. Yes, I know, it is what it is. I like it though. It looks pretty sweet. Shock absorber in the black and red, pretty awesome. Let's get the end link on while we're here. There we go. And then I've got the brake caliper also in the red. It is going to be slightly different because it's a brake caliper. It doesn't quite match perfectly, but it's not far off. And then the wheel hubcap just in the red, because that piece doesn't matter because it's going to get covered up anyway. So you got red, black and white in there, same as you've got on the body, and it's not over the top on the red because the red is just a splash. Let's jump down the back and see what we've got going on down here. The knuckle housing in black. It is what it is. There we go. And then both the same again at the upper and lower arms are both in the white. I think it looks pretty cool, especially on the black shocks with the red springs. Quite liking it. Let's get you on. On you go. On you go as well. There you go. In you go. And also the springs that are built in are also red. So it kind of fits-ish, if you know what I'm saying. Let's get the rest of this on and get up to that brake caliper and see where we are. On you go. On you go. On you go. And then the brake caliper also in that red, as you've already seen it. Looking pretty tight, and in fact, it always looks better at the back. There's more light shining in from the ceiling lights down here, so you get that lovely red, and that looks a lot better on the back. I'm quite pleased with that. I'm going to throw my fuel tank in it just because I'm here along with the fuel pump, and I should really go down the front. And oh, I've already thrown the large intercooler in, so it doesn't matter. Nice. I think that looks pretty sweet. Obviously, we can't stick the drive axles in until the gearbox and engine are in, so that will come a little bit later. What do you think? Is it too plain? Is it too simple? I really think it matches the car quite well, especially at the back there where it's all opened up and you can see a lot of it. You've got some blacks in there, you've got some whites in there, you've got more red than I anticipated in there, and the red brake caliper on there just for good measure. I think it looks pretty cool. I'm quite pleased with it. I'm going to get on and get the other side done, and then we'll jump on and get these engine bays all back together looking shiny, pretty and new before we go and assemble that shiny V6 engine with all the colours I've thrown on there. It is a bit of a wild one today, so I'll see you in there. In fact, I'll see you up top in just a second when I've got this finished, and we'll take a look at it complete. Well, there we go then. All the suspension finished, and I actually think the white arms look absolutely incredible with the red springs, red brake calipers, and the black shocks. I think that looks really good myself, and I painted my fuel tank just because it was the last thing unpainted in my inventory, so I was like, I'll just get it done just so everything is painted. And I think this all looks pretty good together. What do you guys think? Do let me know. I do love to hear from you guys. But we do need to get this engine bay finished, so let's just throw a few of these little bits in. Coolant reservoir inside a bigger reservoir there. I did remember my battery. Nicely done. That's it for the non-coloured parts at the front. At the back, I keep getting them the wrong way around. So let's get the front parts in with the radiator, in with the power steering reservoir, the brake servo, and the ABS pump. I'll get the fan housing on while I'm here. On you go. And then we'll get that ABS module on, and then we'll see what colour I've done with the air intake and the fuse box. Now, let's head up there. So the air filter, air intake, air filter, whatever you want to call it. I've gone for a white on it this time. I quite like it. It's looking good. I don't think you can see it from anywhere anyway, so I don't think it really matters. I've just screwed myself because now I can't see where the outlines are to put these clips on. There you go. Just about in you go. Where are you? There you are. So I have done the clips in red there just to throw a bit of extra colour onto this. I couldn't get that one then. I think that looks pretty smart. Not too shabby. Let's get on the fuse box base. Red. Obviously a bit of red. Again, I don't believe you can see it anywhere. So I'm going to get on and get all of these bits all finished off, and then we're going to go build that V6 engine. I'm going to get the block on and the oil pan and all the pistons and all in, and we'll just go straight to the top side to see which colours we've got going on there today. I'll see you in just a minute. So the engine bays are finished. I just wanted to quickly show you, obviously, fuse box in red, air filter in white. And you can't see them from anywhere. So, a completely pointless effort there. The fuse box is under a part of the body that is a black fuse box, so I should have just left it. But there is a splash of red just showing out there. I just thought I'd quickly show you that, guys, before we jump into the other room and check out what I've done so far. So I've done the engine block itself in a pearl red. It's not like me, but this one actually coloured quite well. It doesn't look too bad on there. I've done the oil pan in a pearl black as well, but let's get on and let's throw some more of this stuff here on. So let's just get these arms and rollers and things like that all on here. On you go, on you go. I'll just get this finished quickly. There you go, that's the rollers and the crankshaft pulley on. The water pump I have painted and it is in white. Look at that, I think that looks great. Very happy with that, but it is going to be covered, so it was kind of pointless. I did the oil filter in white just to sort of blend it in a little bit more, and the alternator can never be painted, which means I've left my power steering pump because it's right above it in the same colour, in its base colour, just to hopefully try and match that up a little bit. On to the, let's get the fuel filter on just while we're here. Onto the engine heads. Now the engine heads are in a black because of this plastic bit here. It didn't paint very well. And I was hoping I'd be able to paint the covers that go over the top of it, but it doesn't look like it. So I'm just going to throw these on real quick so that we can get this started to move on at least a little bit. On you go. Let's get the other head on. Again in black. Let's just get you all bolted down nicely and get both of them camshafts in. Thank you very much. So we can get this front end finished off, and you can see why I'm a bit disappointed. In with that roller there, and that should allow me to put the belts in. Nicely done. On you go. And then the belt tensioner there. I've done that one in a white as well. It's just a shame it's going to be covered by them engine covers, because honestly, I think that looks pretty smart. I'm quite happy with that. And I would have carried on the same colour scheme as well, but these cannot paint, so they all sit in their plasticky grey, a colour that I absolutely can't stand. It looks awful. I just don't like it. You spend all this time painting engines and then you can't paint the engine covers. But never mind. Let's move on. Let's get the rest of this all finished up. So on the belts you go. One more roller down there, and that should be the front finished, and I don't have to look at them engine covers anymore. Moving on over, exhaust manifolds, in you go, looking absolutely shiny in your performance chrome. On you go. Then we've got spark plugs to go in. I'm not going to make you watch all of them along with these camshaft bearings. They are one piece, just like that. So I'm going to get on and get all the spark plugs in, all the camshaft bearings in, and then I'll meet you back in a second. That's all of that done. Let's get these engine head covers on. So for the cover A, there's 2 of these. I've gone for the red, just so we've got some red in there. Looking awesome. There is a little bit more red going in as well, don't worry. The engine head cover B, only one of them. The other one is C, but they are in the white. It's not quite a pearl white. It's a custom colour on there. Am I missing? Oh, I missed a bolt. There we go. It's a custom colour on there. I think it looks pretty sweet. I'll get all these ignition coils in. Nicely done. I'll crack on and do the other side in just a moment. The intake manifold also in that lovely custom white. The pearl white was a little bit darker, so I left it. Then we've got the fuel rails. I've done them in the pearl red. They don't completely match, but it's a splash of the red nonetheless. And you've obviously got that bit of red engine block just under there as well. Spin around to the back. We'll get that thermostat on while we are here. I'll get this all bolted on. I'll get the heads on the other side as well. And then we'll put the last bits of colour on. I'll see you in a second. Just a couple of pieces left to go. Let's get you in the intake manifold in that pearl black. Just for a big meaty chunk of that on the top. Looking pretty sweet. And then the throttle in the pearl red, because why not? It looks pretty sweet. Just poke it out the top there, just a splash more of that red. So it's not too red, even though the block is red itself. The rest of the engine isn't really that red. You can see a lot of white in there, considerable amount of black thrown on the top, and then just a little splash of red coming on through. I think it looks pretty sweet. Let's get it dropped into the Vuhl 05. Off you come of there. Let's go. Already got the crane over. I'm doing pretty well today. In you go. Let's get you dropped in. And let's see how that looks without the engine cover. I don't like engine covers personally. You all know that by now. Let's have a look. That looks pretty sweet. I'm very, very happy with that. That is looking awesome. I wish I could leave it without the engine cover on, but then it wouldn't be complete. We are going to leave it off for a moment, though. Let's get underneath. Let's get that gearbox in. Up you go. Come on, Vuhl. You can do it. Oh, God. I forgot about this. How do I, oh yeah, should be able to do it there. There we go. That's all right. It does work. So let's throw that gearbox in. I have just done that one in the black just because. Let's get you in. So we've got a starter around here somewhere. That's the air oil filter. There you go. Starter there in the pearl red, just for a splash more of that color. Now I need to get these drive axles in, axles in, all of the exhaust in, and then we need to get some wheels done. So I am going to crack on with the wheels in a moment. Let's just go for these exhaust sections in their lovely chrome. On you go, on you go. Rear muffler Ds. I quite like these ones. On you go and on you go. That is that all completed. I need to top up liquids. I need to build some wheels. And then this car will be pretty complete outside in the sun. So I will meet you out there in just a little while. Here we are then, all finished with the Vuhl 05, looking fantastic in this black, white and red combination. Very, very modern, very contemporary. I do really like it. I think it looks great. And the rims, I kept them actually the original rims. I repaired them and just gave them a white coat on the fins there, as you can see it. They're already the two-tone with the black, but it is looking sweet. Haven't got the engine cover on it yet. I'm only going to put that one on just before I sell it because that engine looks too good to keep under an engine cover, in my opinion. I really think that engine looks sweet. I'm so pleased with that. But let's move on. Let's talk about these rims. These rims look absolutely fantastic. They are the rim at 17B. The fronts here, these are 17-inch. That's just a bit of ironicness. I didn't plan that. 215 thick and a 45 profile on them ones at the front. I've left it exactly the same as it was when it was made because it fits really well. So I thought I won't mess with it. It looks pretty good. We'll keep it as it is. At the rears here, these are 18-inch with a 265 width and a 35 profile. So a little bit smaller, but because they're wider, they look roughly around the same profile. So it's still looking awesome though, but I really do love this. I think it looks absolutely fantastic and I'm hoping it's going to absolutely fly. But let's jump in. Don't have to open any doors because there aren't anyway, to get this one started and see what she sounds like. By the way, I just want to say this interior looks absolutely fantastic. I love the seat belts. We are sat a little bit far back. We're sat like on the headrest. That's where our head is, so it's not too bad. But let's give this one some gas. That's got a nice whine at the top end, but even the grumble at low end here, I quite like that. It's got a nice sort of sound to it. But anyway, we prefer that sound. It sounds pretty good at the top end. That's pretty awesome. But let's get it on the dyno and see what horsepower it's got. Here we are then on the dyno with the Vuhl 05 and its V6 double overhead cam AKZ engine. We have smacked all of the performance parts on this one today. How much power have we managed to add? Let's have a look. A gain of 159 horsepower. It's pretty low to start with, so a gain of 70%. That's pretty good. Bringing our total up to 385 horsepower. It's not the highest horsepower, but this car does weigh next to nothing. If I just go into here, 500 kilograms, the total weight of this car. That is nothing. But let's just check out the tuning setup we've gone for today. There she is. 2.75 ratio I've gone for. 87 kilometers an hour in first gear, up to an apparent 581 kilometers an hour. I don't think it will quite get there, but let's head over to the track and see what it can get. Here we are then on the speed track, although you almost can't see it sat in this car. You are sat so low and so far back. But what speed can we get today? Let's find out. Let's go. Oh, hello. Part of the seat poking through. There it is again. Nice. I really can't see if I'm even going straight or not. I can only just see the white lines on the road. I'm veering over them. Let's keep going. Anyway, we're already at 300 kilometers an hour. This thing is quick off the line. Will it have a good top speed though? Am I going to hit the dirt? No, I seem to be all right. 350. Where are we going to end up? Are we going to get 360? 370? We're going to make 370? No, 369 kilometers an hour from the Vuhl 05. That's pretty good though. I didn't expect that. 369 kilometers an hour from the Vuhl 05. I was not expecting that at all. 70% power increase, taking our horsepower to 385. If we'd have carried on going, we would have had a higher speed than we do horsepower in this car. It is so light, it is unbelievable. 62nd in our speederboard, just under halfway, not quite there, which is a bit of a shame, but it's still awesome nonetheless. This one was modded in by Fulysic. It is beautiful. There is a link in the description below if you want to go grab this one yourself, or you can just search for the Vuhl on the Steam Workshop. That is a VUHL if you are interested in grabbing this one. It is a lot of fun. But before we finish this one off, I just need to get that engine cover back on there. On you go. Let's get you closed away. And now it will be 100% complete. Now the question is, can we make a profit out of this one? You saw at the beginning, if you stayed long enough, that I was lacking a profit on this one. I bought it for 87,350 and was just under 13,000 out of pocket if we would have sold it there and then. Obviously we weren't going to, but I've since spent another 41,553 modifying this car, taking our total spend to 128,903, which is quite a lot. The question is, can we make a profit from it? Let's find out. Now it is all 100% complete. It's so light, that's why this car is so fast. It is ridiculous. But anyway, we did increase the engine horsepower up by 70%. The numbers do not normally match, but this one it does. 385 horsepower is the new performance speed from this one. But can we make a profit? Let's have a look. 154,788 is our sale price. Take away our 128,903. Leaves our profit at 25,885. Now, if I'd paid a better price for this one at the beginning, we could be looking at 40,000 profit from this one, which would have been a lot better, but I'm still happy with 25,000. That's still good profit. Anyway, it is time to say goodbye to the Vuhl 05. Thank you, Fulysic. This one was a lot of fun. Off you go. Goodbye, Vuhl 05. You were enjoyment. What have we got next? Let's jump in the garage and find out. That's right, we have the Jeep Cherokee. This one, it looks absolutely incredible. I cannot wait to get stuck into this one. You can see how lifted it is off the ground. Look at that. The only thing I don't particularly like that much is that this isn't connected to the car in any way. We'll just have to use our imagination and pretend there are struts going up, attaching it to the car. Still looking pretty cool though. Quite pleased with this one. It is, I did buy it from the auction. As you can see, it was the bad auction, which I prefer to buy from because you can normally profit a lot more. It does have in it a V8 overhead valve CGM engine. I think we probably are going to keep that one in there. It does look pretty cool. I don't think I've worked on that one yet, but I'm sure you'll correct me in the comments if I have. Anyway, what did I pay for this one? 10,061 I paid. I could sell it for 8,783, losing out on the 1,278, which isn't too bad considering the last one, you know, 13,000 off. That's going to be pretty good. This one will be for next time. Just before I go though, don't forget to head over to Discord, vote for your favorite car, or upload your own version of the Del Rey Custom into the competition page to see if you can be this week's winner, or this fortnight's winner. There we go, this fortnight's winner. We do it every fortnightly. We do a vote for a car. This car, the winner was the Del Rey Custom, and then we build the cars. We get them up there. People vote for which one's their favourite. These are previous winners: Pi Newton, TLG Rotonscu, TLG Rotonscu, me, yay, and then Hurst Quasar as well in there. Who will be next? It's up to you. You do decide. Head over to the Discord channel, link in the description below. That is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this content, please consider subscribing. I really do like to see the subscribers going up, and it really, really does help me out. So thank you for that if you can. If not, hit a like. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think of today's build. Let me know what you think I should do with this wonderful Jeep sat in front of me, looking pretty insane. But that is it. Thank you again so much for watching. As always, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.